In the last episode, Alex Carter's coalition had just pulled off a daring heist, infiltrating a heavily fortified research station to claim its revolutionary technology. Their mission was a success, but the aftermath was chaotic. Now with the prized technology in hand, Alex is determined to unlock its secrets and change the course of human history. As I stood on the battered surface of the research station, the harsh reality of our achievement hit me like a tidal wave. We'd done it. We'd actually done it. The implications were still sinking in, and my mind reeled with the weight of what came next. Maya's voice crackled over the comms, her words laced with a mix of concern and reassurance. Alex, we need to get you and the tech to a safe location now. The Galactic Council won't hesitate to retaliate. I took a deep breath, scanning the horizon for any signs of incoming hostiles. My eyes locked onto Jax, who was busy securing the perimeter, his rugged features etched with a determination that mirrored my own. We'd gotten this far together, and I trusted him to watch my back. Just as I was about to respond to Maya, my comms device beeped, signaling an incoming transmission. I hesitated for a moment before accepting the message. Alex Carter, this is Dr. Elara Vex. I understand you're in possession of certain technologies that were developed under my supervision. I'd like to discuss the implications of your actions. The message was unsigned, but the words sent a shiver down my spine. Who was this Dr. Vex and what did they want from us? I exchanged a look with Maya, my mind racing with possibilities. What's going on here? I asked her. Maya's expression was grim. No idea, but we need to find out. The transmission from Dr. Vex continued, her voice steady and confident. I possess knowledge about the technology's origins and the energy signature detected on the station. I am willing to share it with you, Alex Carter, if you're willing to listen. The gauntlet had been thrown. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and I was about to take the first step into the unknown. Previously, Alex Carter and his coalition succeeded in infiltrating a heavily fortified research station, claiming its revolutionary technology. However, their victory was short-lived, as they received a cryptic transmission from Dr. Elara Vex, who claimed to possess crucial knowledge about the technology's origins and the mysterious energy signature. As I replayed Dr. Vex's message in my mind, the words "if you're willing to listen" echoed like a challenge. I was more than willing, I was desperate. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and I was ready to take a leap of faith. Maya Jax, we need to find Dr. Vex, I announced, my voice firm and resolute. She might be our only lead to unlocking the secrets of this technology. Maya nodded, her eyes already scanning the horizon. I've got a few contacts in the asteroid belt who might be able to help us track her down, but we'll need to move fast before the Galactic Council catches wind of our plan. Jax grunted in agreement, his rugged features set in a determined mask. I'll get the ship ready. We'll leave as soon as possible. With a sense of urgency, we set out into the unknown, navigating the complex underworld of asteroid miners, smugglers, and covert operatives. Our search led us to Kael, a charismatic smuggler with ties to Dr. Vex. His ship, the Midnight Serenade, was a marvel of engineering, with hidden compartments and secret weapons that would make even the most seasoned operative envious. Kael himself was an enigma with piercing blue eyes that seemed to bore into my soul. "So, you're the ones who've been making waves in the galaxy," he said, his voice low and smooth. "I might be willing to help you find Dr. Vex, but it's going to cost you." I hesitated, unsure of what to make of Kael's offer, but Maya's voice in my earpiece reassured me. "Trust him, Alex. We need his help to get to Dr. Vex." I nodded, extending my hand. "Deal. Let's get moving." As we hurtled through the asteroid belt, Kael's ship dodging and weaving through treacherous debris fields, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were playing with fire. Dr. Vex's message had been cryptic, but Kael's involvement added a layer of uncertainty to our mission. What were we getting ourselves into? And what secrets lay hidden behind Dr. Vex's enigmatic words? Our journey took us to a heavily fortified orbital platform, where Kael had arranged a meeting with one of Dr. Vex's associates. As we infiltrated the platform, avoiding ruthless agents and rival treasure hunters, I couldn't help but feel like we were walking into a trap. But I pushed on, fueled by my determination to unlock the secrets of the technology and change the course of human history. We gathered intel on the Galactic Council's clandestine plans, piecing together a sinister plot to suppress the technology and maintain their grip on the galaxy. Dr. Vex's associate, a nervous and fidgety man named Dr. Orion, revealed to us that the technology was far more ancient than we had initially suspected. "It's connected to an ancient civilization," he whispered, his eyes darting around the dimly lit room. "One that defied the laws of physics and pushed the boundaries of human understanding." I felt my mind reeling as the implications of Dr. Orion's words sank in. This technology was more than just a tool for humanity's ascendance. It was a key to unlocking the secrets of the universe itself. As we made our escape from the orbital platform, pursued by the Galactic Council's agents, I knew that our journey was far from over. Dr. Vex was still out there, waiting for us, and I was more determined than ever to hear what she had to say. The stakes had just gotten higher, and I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Bring it on. Previously, Alex Carter and his coalition infiltrated a heavily fortified research station, claiming its revolutionary technology, only to receive a cryptic transmission from Dr. Elara Vex, who claimed to possess crucial knowledge about the technology's origins and the mysterious energy signature. Alex formed an uneasy alliance with Kael, a charismatic smuggler, to locate Dr. Vex, navigating the complex underworld of asteroid miners, smugglers, and covert operatives. I gazed out the viewport of the midnight serenade as we hurtled through the asteroid belt, the stars blurring into a hypnotic dance of light and darkness. Kael's ship was a marvel, but I couldn't shake the feeling that we were dancing on the edge of a razor-sharp blade. One misstep and we'd plunge into the abyss. "Kael, how much longer until we reach Dr. Vex?" I asked, my voice laced with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Kael's piercing blue eyes flickered toward me, his expression unreadable. "Soon, Alex, we're getting close. But remember, Dr. Vex is a recluse. She doesn't take kindly to strangers." I nodded, my mind racing with possibilities. What secrets lay hidden behind Dr. Vex's enigmatic words? And what would be the cost of unlocking them? As we entered the outer reaches of the asteroid belt, a distress signal crackled over the comms system. Kael's eyes narrowed, his fingers flying across the console. "What's going on?" I asked, my heart rate ticking up. "Pirates," Kael growled, his voice low and deadly. "They're attacking a refugee convoy. Looks like they're after Dr. Vex's research." Without hesitation, I made the call. "Let's get involved. We can't let them get their hands on that tech." Kael's gaze locked onto mine, a hint of approval dancing in his eyes. "Time to show them what we're made of." "Hold on, Alex. This is gonna get messy." The midnight serenade erupted into a blur of motion, Kael's ship unleashing a barrage of laser fire and precision-guided missiles. I felt the rush of adrenaline as we dove into the fray, our ship weaving between the pirate vessels. In the chaos, I spotted a familiar logo emblazoned on the side of a pirate ship, the insignia of the Galactic Council's Covert Ops Division. My gut twisted with anger. This was no ordinary pirate attack. The Council was trying to cover their tracks, and we were caught in the crossfire. With Kael's expert piloting and Maya's sharpshooter skills, we managed to fend off the pirates, but not without taking significant damage. As we limped toward the nearest asteroid colony for repairs, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being herded toward a trap. Dr. Vex was waiting for us, her message echoing in my mind like a challenge. But what lay hidden behind her words? And what secrets would we uncover when we finally found her? Previously, Alex Carter and Kael infiltrated the complex underworld of asteroid miners, smugglers, and covert operatives to locate Dr. Elara Vex, who claimed to possess crucial knowledge about the revolutionary technology's origins and the mysterious energy signature. As they navigated the treacherous landscape, they received a distress signal about a pirate attack on a refugee convoy, which led them to engage in a high-stakes battle to protect Dr. Vex's research. As we docked at the asteroid colony, the smell of acrid smoke and ozone hung heavy in the air. Kael's ship, the Midnight Serenade, limped into the docking bay, its hull scarred from the battle with the pirates. Maya and Jax were already on the move, securing our perimeter and assessing the damage. I made my way to the colony's cantina, a dimly lit, cramped space filled with an assortment of asteroid miners, smugglers, and opportunists. The air reeked of cheap ale and stale cigarettes. I spotted Kael, his piercing blue eyes scanning the crowd as he conversed with a hooded figure. "Kael, what's the plan?" I asked, my voice low and urgent. The hooded figure turned, revealing a striking woman with porcelain skin and raven-black hair. "I am Lyra," she said, her voice husky. "Dr. Vex's emissary. She's willing to meet with you, but we need to move quickly. The Council's agents are closing in." I nodded, my heart racing with anticipation. "Let's do it." Lyra led us through the winding tunnels of the asteroid colony, avoiding the Council's informants and rival treasure hunters. We finally arrived at a nondescript airlock, where Lyra produced a small, intricately carved box. "For Dr. Vex," she said, her eyes gleaming with a mix of admiration and wariness. "She'll know what to do with it." As we entered the airlock, the hiss of pressurization enveloped us and the door cycled open. We stepped into a luxurious high-tech laboratory where Dr. Elara Vex waited, her eyes blazing with an intensity that bordered on obsession. "Ah, Alex Carter," she said, her voice dripping with sophistication. "I've been expecting you. You see, I've been studying the ancient civilization behind the technology, and I've made some remarkable discoveries." Dr. Vex led us to a holographic display, where a 3D image of the research station's energy signature pulsed with an otherworldly power. "This is the key to unlocking the secrets of the Ancient Ones," she said, her eyes shining with an unsettling fervor. "But it comes at a terrible cost. One that I fear you're not prepared to pay." I felt a shiver run down my spine as Dr. Vex's words hung in the air, heavy with foreboding. What secrets lay hidden behind her enigmatic statement? And what would be the true cost of unlocking the ancient civilization's secrets? As we navigated the complex web of alliances and rivalries in the asteroid belt, I knew that we were mere steps away from uncovering a truth that could shatter the status quo and set humanity on a path toward a radiant future. But at what cost? And who would be willing to pay the price? Previously, Alex Carter and Kael infiltrated the complex underworld of asteroid miners, smugglers, and covert operatives to locate Dr. Elara Vex, who claimed to possess crucial knowledge about the revolutionary technology's origins and the mysterious energy signature. As they navigated the treacherous landscape, they received a distress signal about a pirate attack on a refugee convoy, which led them to engage in a high-stakes battle to protect Dr. Vex's research. "Alex, you need to understand that the ancient civilization behind the technology was not of this world," Dr. Vex said, her eyes burning with an intensity that made me question her sanity. "They were beings of pure energy, capable of manipulating the fabric of spacetime itself, and their legacy comes with a terrible curse." I felt a chill run down my spine as Dr. Vex's words hung in the air, heavy with foreboding. What kind of curse could be so terrible that it would make me question my resolve to harness the technology? Suddenly, the laboratory's alarms blared to life, and the airlock sealed shut behind us. "We've been compromised," Lyra shouted, drawing a sleek pistol from her jacket. "Council agents are breaching the airlock." "Doctor." Vex's eyes flashed with a mixture of fear and determination. "You must protect the research at all costs, Alex. It's the only way to prevent the Council from misusing the technology." Without hesitation, I nodded. "Kael, Maya, Jax, we need to hold off the agents and get Dr. Vex's research to safety. Now." As we rushed to defend the laboratory, I knew that our actions would have far-reaching consequences. We were not just fighting for the future of humanity. We were fighting against those who would misuse the technology to enslave and control. The stakes had never been higher, and I was ready to do whatever it took to protect the people I cared about and the destiny that awaited us. In the chaos that ensued, we fought our way through council agents and rival treasure hunters, buying Dr. Vex time to upload her research to a secure server. As we made our escape, I caught a glimpse of a mysterious figure watching us from the shadows, a figure who seemed to be connected to Dr. Vex's past and the ancient civilization behind the technology. The figure's presence raised more questions than answers, but I knew that our next move would be to uncover the secrets of Dr. Vex's research and the true nature of the ancient civilization. The journey ahead would be fraught with danger, but I was ready to face it head-on, armed with my growing leadership skills, my unbreakable bonds with my companions, and my unwavering determination to forge a brighter future for humanity. Previously, Alex Carter and his allies infiltrated the underworld to find Dr. Elara Vex, who claimed to possess knowledge about the revolutionary technology's origins. They received a distress signal and engaged in a high-stakes battle to protect Dr. Vex's research, only to be ambushed by Council agents. Dr. Vex revealed that the ancient civilization behind the technology was not of this world, but beings of pure energy, and their legacy comes with a terrible curse. As we fled the laboratory, the mysterious figure's gaze haunted me, like an omen warning of the dangers that lay ahead. I couldn't shake the feeling that we were mere pawns in a game much larger than ourselves. Dr. Vex, what do you know about that figure? I asked, my eyes locked on hers as we navigated the cramped corridors of the escape vessel. Dr. Vex's expression turned grim. That's Irian, a rogue operative from the ancient civilization's remnants. He's been hunting me for years, seeking to claim the technology for his own purposes. Kael's eyes narrowed. What kind of purposes? Dr. Vex hesitated, as if choosing her words carefully. Irian believes the technology can be used to reshape the galaxy in his image. He's convinced that humanity is too flawed, too corrupt, and that only a select few should wield such immense power. A chill ran down my spine as I realized the magnitude of our challenge. We can't let that happen, I said, my jaw clenched in determination. We need to get to the bottom of Irian's plans and stop him before it's too late. Maya's voice cut through the tension. Alex, we have an incoming transmission from an unknown sender. It's encrypted, but I think I can crack the code. I nodded. Do it. We need all the information we can get if we're going to take down Irian and the Council. As Maya worked her magic, the silence was broken only by the soft hum of the escape vessel's engines. Finally, she looked up, her eyes locked on mine. It's from an anonymous source within the Council, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. They claim to have evidence of Irian's true intentions and are willing to meet with us in person. But there's a catch. They want to meet on the outer rim planet of HFY, a lawless world notorious for its ruthless gangs and corrupt authorities. I felt a surge of adrenaline as I weighed the risks and rewards. We have no choice. Well, take the meeting and see what information we can gather. Kael, can you get us to HFY undetected? Kael's smile was a thin line. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Let's get moving. As we set course for the lawless planet, I knew that we were walking into the heart of darkness, but I was ready to face whatever lay ahead. With Dr. Vex's research, our anonymous source's information, and our unwavering determination, we might just have a chance to uncover the truth and forge a brighter future for humanity. The question was, would we emerge from the shadows of HFY unscathed, or would we succumb to the dangers that lurked within, previously? Alex Carter and his allies fled the laboratory after discovering the ancient civilization behind the revolutionary technology was not of this world, but beings of pure energy, and their legacy came with a terrible curse. They were ambushed by Council agents, and received a distress signal from an anonymous source within the Council, willing to meet with them on the outer rim planet of Tartarus IV to reveal evidence of Irian's true intentions. As we emerged from the hyperspace tunnel, the twisted, crimson-hued landscape of Tartarus IV sprawled before us like an open wound. Kael's smuggler instincts guided us through the treacherous skies, dodging pirate patrols and rival gangs vying for control of the lawless planet. Our destination was a seedy, run-down spaceport on the outskirts of the planet's main settlement, where our mysterious source awaited. Dr. Vex's eyes were fixed on the viewscreen, her gaze piercing the veil of uncertainty. "We're running out of time, Alex. Irian's influence is spreading, and if we don't counter his plans, he'll reshape the galaxy in his image." I nodded, my grip on the armrests tightening. "Well, get the intel we need and take him down. Maya, can you hack into the spaceport's security feeds, get us eyes on the inside?" Maya's fingers danced across her console as she worked her magic. "I am in. I've got live feeds from the security cameras. Our source is waiting for us in docking bay 17. Looks like they've cleared the area, but I am detecting some unusual energy signatures nearby." Kael's brow furrowed. Unusual energy signatures. That doesn't sound like a good omen. As we disembarked, the spaceport's dim lighting and fetid air enveloped us like a shroud. Docking bay 17 loomed before us, its entrance guarded by a pair of imposing, cybernetically enhanced thugs. Our source, a hooded figure, emerged from the shadows, their voice distorted by a vocal modulator. "You're Alex Carter. I've heard a lot about you. I am Operative Nova, a council agent tired of serving the puppet masters. I have evidence of Irian's plans, but it comes at a steep price: your trust." I exchanged a cautious glance with Kael and Dr. Vex. "We're listening, Operative Nova. What do you need from us?" Nova's hood tilted, their gaze piercing our defenses. "I need you to help me take down a key council facility, one that's crucial to Irian's plans. In return, I'll give you the intel you need to stop him. But we have to move fast. Irian's agents are closing in on this location as we speak." The stakes had never been higher. I nodded, a slow-burning fire igniting within me. "We're in. Let's get to work, Operative Nova. We have a council facility to liberate." As we prepared to launch a daring assault on the council's stronghold, I couldn't help but wonder, would our alliance with Operative Nova be the key to unlocking our triumph, or would it prove to be our downfall? Previously, Alex Carter and his allies received a distress signal from Operative Nova, a council agent willing to reveal evidence of Irian's true intentions in exchange for their help in taking down a key council facility. They embarked on a perilous journey to the outer rim planet of Tartarus IV, where they planned to infiltrate the facility and gather crucial intel. As we stormed into the council facility, a maelstrom of laser fire and explosions erupted around us. Operative Nova led the charge, taking down council agents with ruthless efficiency. Maya and Jax provided covering fire, while Dr. Vex and Kael worked together to disable the facility's internal security systems. I fought my way through the corridors, determined to reach the central command center. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and the air was charged with an electric energy. The floor trembled beneath our feet as a massive energy shield materialized, sealing off our path forward. A holographic projection of Irian's face sneered at us, his voice dripping with malice. "You fools," he spat. "You think you can stop me? This facility is the key to my plans, and I'll crush anyone who stands in my way." Operative Nova stepped forward, her eyes blazing with determination. "Not if we have anything to say about it, Irian." With a fierce cry, she charged forward, her cybernetic enhancements glowing as she clashed with Irian's agents. The battle raged on, our team fighting for every inch of ground. I faced off against a council commander, my blaster firing in rapid succession as we exchanged blows. Just as we gained the upper hand, a deafening roar shook the facility. The walls cracked, and the energy shield began to destabilize. A massive ship, its hull emblazoned with the emblem of the Galactic Council, descended from the skies, its cannons blazing as it laid waste to the facility. "No," Operative Nova whispered, her voice heavy with despair. "It can't be." Irian summoned the Devastator, his personal battleship. We're outgunned and outmanned. I gritted my teeth, a spark of defiance igniting within me. "We won't back down. We'll find a way to take it down, no matter the cost." As the Devastator loomed over us, its cannons charging for a devastating broadside, I knew that our fate hung in the balance. Would we emerge victorious, or would Irian's relentless pursuit of power crush us beneath his heel? Previously, Alex Carter and his allies infiltrated a council facility on Tartarus IV, only to be confronted by Irian's holographic projection, which sealed off their path forward with an energy shield. As they fought against Irian's agents, Operative Nova revealed the devastating truth. Irian had summoned his personal battleship, the Devastator, to crush their rebellion. As the Devastator's cannons charged, I grabbed Operative Nova's arm, pulling her into a desperate sprint towards the facility's hangar. "We need to get out of here now," I yelled above the cacophony of explosions. Maya and Jax followed close behind, their blasters firing at the Council agents hot on our heels. Dr. Vex and Kael brought up the rear, their eyes fixed on the hangar's entrance. We burst into the hangar, the air thick with the smell of fuel and smoke. Operative Nova leapt into the cockpit of a sleek, silver transport ship, its engines roaring to life as she powered up the systems. "Get in now," she shouted, her eyes locked on the Devastator's looming silhouette outside. As we scrambled aboard, I felt a jolt of adrenaline as the transport ship lifted off, narrowly avoiding the Devastator's initial barrage. We banked hard to port, dodging a hail of laser blasts as Operative Nova expertly navigated the ship through the facility's wreckage-strewn skies. "Where are we headed?" Maya asked, her voice strained as she clung to the cockpit's rear seats. "Any place but here," Operative Nova replied, her face set in a determined grimace. "We need to regroup, come up with a new plan to take down Irian and his pet battleship." I leaned forward, my eyes fixed on the navigation charts flashing on the cockpit screens. "There's an old, abandoned outpost on Tartarus IV's moon. It's our best bet for finding shelter and licking our wounds." Operative Nova nodded, her eyes flicking towards me. "You're on, Carter. Let's hope we can stay one step ahead of the Council." As we broke atmosphere, the Devastator's cannons blazing in our wake, I knew our journey was far from over. The stakes had never been higher, and I was ready to do whatever it took to protect my friends and bring Irian to justice. The transport ship shuddered, its engines groaning under the strain as we entered the moon's thin atmosphere. I gazed out the cockpit window, my heart pounding in my chest as the desolate, crater-scarred landscape of Tartarus IV's moon stretched out before us like an unforgiving tomb. We were running out of time, and our only hope for survival lay in the darkness of this forsaken moon. But I was determined to turn the tables on Irian, to use the secrets of the abandoned research station to forge a new future for humanity, no matter the cost. Previously, Alex Carter and his team narrowly escaped the Council's facility on Tartarus IV, fleeing from the Devastator's deadly barrage in a stolen transport ship. As they flew towards the abandoned outpost on the moon, Alex knew their journey was far from over, and the stakes had never been higher. As we descended onto the moon's rugged surface, the transport ship's engines dying down, I felt a haunting sense of unease. The outpost loomed before us, its crumbling structures shrouded in an eerie, crimson-hued mist that seemed to writhe like a living entity. The air was heavy with the stench of decay and neglect, and I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. "Welcome to Tartarus IV's moon," Operative Nova said, her voice laced with a mix of irony and warning. "Not exactly the most hospitable place in the galaxy." As we disembarked, the silence was oppressive, punctuated only by the creaking of the outpost's rusty hinges and the distant rumble of the moon's seismic activity. I exchanged a nervous glance with Maya and Jax, their faces etched with concern, before turning to Operative Nova. "We need to get to work," I said, my voice firm. "We can't stay here for long. The Council will track us down eventually." Operative Nova nodded, her eyes scanning the horizon. I'll start scanning for any signs of Council activity. You get to work on finding a way to contact Dr. Vex and Kael. We need their help to take down Irian. As we dispersed to our tasks, I couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding. The moon's desolate landscape seemed to be closing in on us, and I knew that our time was running out. The thought of Irian's battleship, the Devastator, waiting in the wings ready to strike, sent a shiver down my spine. Just as I was starting to lose hope, a sudden burst of static crackled from the comms device in my hand. I spun around, my heart racing, as Dr. Vex's voice echoed through the speakers. "Alex, I've received your transmission. I have critical information about the research station's technology. Meet me at the old asteroid mining facility on HFY Sci-Fi. But be warned, the Council is closing in on us. We don't have much time." I turned to my companions, a spark of determination igniting within me. "We have a new mission. Let's gear up and get moving. We're not going to let Irian win without a fight." With renewed purpose, we set off towards the mining facility, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead, knowing that our only hope for survival and revolution lay in the unknown. Previously, Alex Carter and his team escaped the Council's facility on HFY, fleeing from the Devastator's deadly barrage in a stolen transport ship, and landed on the moon of HFY, where they received a cryptic message from Dr. Elara Vex, leading them to the old asteroid mining facility on HFY. As we entered the mining facility, the air thick with the smell of smoke and ozone, I felt a jolt of adrenaline. We were one step closer to unlocking the secrets of the research station, and potentially the key to humanity's ascendance. Dr. Vex stood before us, her eyes gleaming with an unsettling intensity, flanked by Kael, the charismatic smuggler. "Welcome, Alex, Doctor," Vex said, her voice dripping with an air of superiority. "I've been expecting you. You see, I've made a groundbreaking discovery, one that will change the course of human history forever." Dr. Vex led us through the abandoned facility, navigating a labyrinth of dimly lit corridors and rusting machinery. We arrived at a makeshift laboratory, where a holographic display projected a 3D model of the research station. The ancient civilization behind the technology, Dr. Vex began, her voice dripping with excitement, left behind a hidden journal encoded within the station's core. "I've managed to decipher the code, and what I've found will shatter your perception of humanity's origins forever." As Dr. Vex revealed the journal's contents, my mind reeled with the implications. The ancient civilization, known as the Architects, had possessed technology beyond our wildest imagination. They had built the research station as a gateway to other dimensions, harnessing energy from parallel universes to fuel their own evolution. "But there's a catch," Dr. Vex said, her eyes glinting with a sinister light. "The Council knows about the journal, and they'll stop at nothing to claim the technology for themselves. We need to get to the research station before they do." I felt a chill run down my spine as the weight of our mission settled in. We had to outmaneuver the Council, navigate treacherous asteroid fields, and confront the unknown dangers lurking within the research station. But with Dr. Vex's knowledge and Kael's connections, I knew we had a fighting chance. "We need to move now," I said, my voice firm. "We can't let the Council get their hands on this technology. We'll assemble a team, gather resources, and prepare for the ultimate heist." As we set our plan in motion, I knew that the stakes had never been higher. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and I was determined to lead the charge toward a brighter future. But little did I know, the Council had one last trick up their sleeve, one that would test my resolve, my leadership, and the very fabric of our team. Previously, Alex Carter and his team had just learned about the ancient civilization behind the research station's technology, the Architects, and the Council's plans to claim it for themselves. With Dr. Elara Vex's knowledge and Kael's connections, they prepared to outmaneuver the Council and reach the research station before it fell into the wrong hands. We spent the next few days gathering resources, assembling a team of trusted allies, and preparing for the ultimate heist. Dr. Vex worked tirelessly to decipher the journal's contents, unlocking new secrets about the station's technology. Kael used his connections to gather intelligence on the Council's plans, identifying weaknesses in their operation. Maya and Jax, still recovering from their ordeal, worked on modifying our transport ship, outfitting it with advanced stealth capabilities to evade Council detection. As we finalized our plan, I felt a sense of trepidation. We were about to embark on a mission that could change the course of human history. The weight of responsibility hung heavy on my shoulders, but I knew I had the best team in the galaxy behind me. With a deep breath, I gave the order to move out. Our transport ship, now dubbed the Architect's Hope, lifted off from the asteroid mining facility, hurtling toward the research station. We navigated through treacherous asteroid fields, avoiding Council patrols and rival treasure hunters. Kael's connections proved invaluable, as he negotiated safe passage through hostile territories. As we approached the research station, my heart raced with anticipation. We had finally reached the threshold of our journey, the moment of truth. Dr. Vex's knowledge would be crucial in unlocking the station's secrets, and Kael's skills would be essential in evading Council forces. We docked at the station, and our team fanned out, securing key areas and preparing for the Council's inevitable response. Dr. Vex led us to the central core, where the journal's secrets awaited. As we worked to unlock the station's technology, the Council launched a surprise attack, deploying their elite forces to reclaim the station. The battle was intense, with our team holding off against overwhelming odds. Maya and Jax fought bravely, taking down Council operatives with precision. Kael worked his magic, hacking into the station's systems to disable the Council's advanced weaponry. Dr. Vex, meanwhile, focused on unlocking the journal's secrets, her eyes fixed on the prize. In the heat of the battle, I found myself face to face with the Council's shadowy leader, Agent Ross. His eyes burned with hatred, his determination to crush humanity's hope palpable. "You're too late, Carter," he sneered. "We'll crush your rebellion and enslave humanity forever." I smiled, a fierce determination burning within me. "You're wrong, Ross. We've come too far and we won't be silenced. Humanity will rise and you'll be the one who falls." With a fierce cry, I charged forward, taking down Ross and his operatives. Our team fought with every ounce of strength, pushing the Council back. Dr. Vex finally succeeded in unlocking the journal's secrets, and the research station's technology began to awaken. The energy signature, now amplified, resonated throughout the galaxy, transmitting a message of hope to every corner of the universe. The Council's grip on humanity began to slip, their control faltering as the people of Earth began to rise up. As the dust settled, our team stood victorious, surrounded by the ruins of the Council's operation. We had changed the course of human history, unlocking the secrets of the research station and paving the way for a brighter future. In the aftermath, Dr. Vex approached me, her eyes shining with a newfound respect. "You did it, Alex," she said. "You've given humanity a chance to flourish." I smiled, feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment. "It wasn't just me," I said. "It was all of us working together. We're just getting started." As we stood on the threshold of a new era, I knew that our journey was far from over. There would be new challenges, new adventures, and new opportunities to shape the future of humanity. But for now, in this moment of triumph, I knew that we had earned our place among the stars. Epilogue: the research station, now a beacon of hope, transmitted its message of unity and progress throughout the galaxy. The people of Earth, inspired by our bravery, began to rebuild and reclaim their world. The Galactic Council, its grip on power broken, was dismantled, its remnants forced to answer for their crimes. As I looked out into the starry expanse, I knew that our journey was just beginning. The Architect's technology, now in our hands, held the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. I smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility, knowing that our team would be at the forefront of this new era of exploration and discovery. The galaxy, once a prison, had become our playground. And we, the pioneers of humanity's ascendance, would chart the course for a brighter, radiant future.